It appears that one man's tears of joy can be another man's sorrow. As we see Xbox gamers find themselves extremely upset over Stadia showcasing some highly regarded titles that are not on the Xbox platform. See as what? Stadia sees hate from enraged Xbox community over JRPG deals? It's SDO Daily, baby. Let's get into this one. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K of PNTS Network and StadiaDosage back again with another SDO Daily. Can you do us a huge favor before we get into this one? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when we're dropping these doses. We appreciate all of y'all straight up. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the reason. And by now, y'all should know the slogan. We are not too proud to ask. And again, about rocking those bells, please check that notification bell. Google has a bad habit of switching your notification bells off for certain channels because we ain't buddy with the algorithm or whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is, but check that notification bell. Make sure that you switch it back on so you don't ever lose out on when we drop new content. All right, so let's get this party started here. This is a very interesting one to say the least. All right, now Stadia dropped info on a stellar Stadia Pro lineup for April. Okay, now what am I talking about? Well, let me show you something. All right, here goes a tweet from Stadia Camp themselves, and this is, hey you, yes you, stop what you're doing. We've got games galore coming your way this week on Stadia. Let's just give you a look of these games that they're talking about. There's a slew of new gaming content, a couple of new games, and most particularly is that Stadia Pro lineup. Just like, whoa. And we're talking about a Stadia Pro lineup that for April features Deliver Us to the Moon, World War Z Aftermath, and most notably, which is going to be the subject matter of this video, Ys 9, Monstrum Nux, I believe it is, which is critically acclaimed JRPG, highly sought after one that's currently not on the Xbox platform, right? And the problem is that it's not only this game, but there's a series of JRPGs from NIS America, that's the publisher of these games, that are not on the Xbox platform. And Xbox gamers have been asking for NIS America games for years, even before Stadia even had a whole retail service. And come to find out, a year into it, Stadia was able to land these deals and get these NIS America games, which got a lot of the Xbox community upset, right? But they're upset not understanding the pedigree that is behind why these deals were most likely made. Phil Harrison and Jack Buser that are at Stadia. Well, Jack Buser's got a promotion now. He's handling all of cloud gaming. But they were the ones that were instrumental in the games coming to the platform. Both of those individuals have a strong pedigree with Japanese developers per their stint at PlayStation. The current Xbox regime just doesn't have that. You know what I mean? But we'll get into all that later. Nonetheless, instead of gamers as a whole celebrating a platform going into a stride, a platform that, hey, Xbox gamers can enjoy themselves on their Xbox via their Edge browser. They just go to Stadia.com on their Edge browser and play these games via there, right? Instead of just doing that, they decide to hate on it. Now, there were plenty of examples of this, but I'm going to stick to one. And that's one of a thread that was made by somebody that I have a history with. But before I go any further into this, so there's no confusion, doesn't make it seem like I'm trying to start some beef or whatever, I just want to put everything out on the line and be fully transparent. This individual who created this thread that we're going to examine, just as an example, I have the utmost respect for. He's a good brother, very talented podcaster and streamer, and he is the co-founder of a podcast that I used to make special guest appearances on. The Smash Podcast is a great anime podcast, all right? I'm not 100% sure if they still have episodes running, but if they do, check it out. Even if not, go check out some of the older stuff. Go look for a Smash Podcast. Outside of this, I urge everyone not to just check that out, but to check out all of his content. He's a great podcaster, great streamer, all right? He just happened to make a mistake. Now, what was that mistake? Well, let's talk about it. All right. So now let's get into that, which simply we want to call the hate chain. Let's see here. In order for you to understand this hate chain, I gotta start back with the original Stadia tweet, and then we're gonna work our way through that, and you'll understand everything that's going on. And then on the back end of that, we're gonna get to the conclusion and see if this even makes any sense. Okay. So with no further ado, let me show you something else. So again, this is the original Stadia tweet, and our good friend who goes by the name of Bloody Nux happened to quote tweet this. He says, "How is it that Stadia, a failing streaming platform, gets more love from NIS America with getting more of the Wise franchise and Trail series, and yet Xbox doesn't? Please, Sarah Bond," and I don't know who the hell this is, "can we fix this? These are dear JRPGs that the community is begging for." Now, I'm all for this last part. Please, Sarah Bond, can we fix? I'm all for that part, right? Like, yeah, when I say for that part, I mean, I'm all for these games aren't on our platform. They're showing up on a new platform. They still yet to come here. Like, can we fix it? I'm all for that message, right? But what we take issue with is the whole the misinformation on Stadia thing. And I had to take issue with that because by me knowing Bloody personally, this guy is 30,000 times smarter than this tweet would indicate. Literally, like, I'm not trying to be sarcastic or all any of that stuff. Like, this guy is 30,000. This is a tweet out of frustration, but once you put it out in the ethos, it's there. And that's the thing about social media that we got to be cognizant of. All right, so we have a lot of people that went on the response to this. Easy fix: take your controller, subscribe to Stadia Pro, and play the game anywhere you want. He responds, "So what you're telling me is to do is subscribe to a failing platform with a horrible subscription model where I have to both buy the game and subscribe to just use their service to play the game that I bought? That is your fix?" Wow. Again, 30,000 times smarter than what this tweet indicates. And so then I chime in because I know this brother. Normally, as you guys know, as of late, I've been avoiding stuff like this, but I chime in because I know this brother to try to help him pump the brakes. I said, number one, it's not failing. Stay out of the headlines, nuts. You're better than that. It's making up almost half of the game streaming activity in recent surveys. You don't need a sub. Two, you don't need a sub to play games. You can buy it outright, but $9.99 will get you access to both Wise games if sub before the end of the month. I wanted to clarify this statement because what I'm saying there is that Wise 8 is coming, or Ease 8 rather. Sorry, y'all. Ease 8 is coming out of the Stadia Pro lineup for April, and Ease 9 is sliding in. So if you want to be able to claim both games via Stadia Pro, which is just $9.99 a month, you're going to want to sign up now. And it's always best to sign up to Stadia Pro the last few days of the month so you can take advantage of these deals. But take advantage of these deals before games slide in and slide out. But what I would do is sign up now in the last few days of the month, claim Ease 8, and then when April 1st rolls around, Ease 9 will be yours to claim as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by that statement. And I show him the recent survey by ERA Group out of UK, where they show you that game streaming makes up 2.1% of the gaming industry, right? But Stadia makes up almost half of that themselves. So here's my brother's response. This is when we knew that we really had to tap him on the shoulder and say, pump the brakes. He says, 2K. It's easy to make up half a streaming service when that's what its primary focus is. The only other major competition is Xcloud, and that's a free side service that's added when you have option for native downloads. And I had to explain, I had to break it down to him even further. Let me see if I can find it. So he says that, and I say, not true. GFN and Stadia are the main competitors in the space when it comes to usage. Xcloud isn't even close. For instance, GFN has had over 15 million users. Stadia had 750,000 monthly active users by the end of 2020. If I heard Phil Spencer right on Power On episode 6, he said Xcloud had thousands of users. As you can see, that kind of helped pump the brakes there. But then there was another response that he said too. And he says, I understand it is subbing like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold, but here's the thing. I don't want to play my games on a web browser with only streaming as an option or substitute service I don't care for. My point is, how does platforms like Stadia get significantly more support than Xbox for NIS? And I had to break it down. Well, I broke down to him there's 3 ways to interact with Stadia, but here's the last point. Also, simply put, Phil Harrison, and I meant Jack Buser here, have a long-standing relationship with Japanese developers that the current team at Xbox simply don't have. Should Xbox build on it? Yes. But don't ish on the success of Stadia execs in this area because of Xbox's flaw. All I'm saying. Right? Right. So now that brings us to the conclusion. This makes no sense. It's clear my brother has no formal understanding of what's happening on the cloud gaming landscape. But really, it doesn't even matter. This gripe, not just from my brother, but from the Xbox community that are enraged, and trust me, this is only just the tip of the iceberg. Go look at what was quote tweeted from this and just look at what the community's saying. It's absurd. This gripe makes no sense. If NIS America came out with the deal, for instance, that a lot of these Xbox gamers could only play these games via Xcloud, they would have no problems doing so on the inferior Xcloud service, right? This is all about them being upset with Xbox and their lack of a relationship building in their desired region, which is Japan, for these NIS America games and so forth. And I get that. So Xbox gamers, let your voices be heard and speak with your wallets even. If you're that adamant about this, cancel your Game Pass. Do something. Again, speak with your wallets. As long as you continue to keep paying and buying this stuff and just running to Twitter complaining about it, they have no incentive to listen to you. All right? Don't crap on us over here because our people are doing what they need to do for us. You need to go over and you need to speak with your wallets, because trust me, the Stadia community, they ain't just going brown nose Stadia. You go check out the Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be very vocal. So Xbox gamers, again, let your voices be heard. Speak with your wallets. Otherwise, until then, just simply open up your Edge browser on your Xbox. Go to stadia.google.com and enjoy the 2-hour demo or the game added to Stadia Pro. Period. That's it from your boy. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. And like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, the StadiaDosage. And if you like this video, again, please hit that like button, share this out, and rock those bells for notifications. We appreciate all of y'all. And until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace. Oh yeah, go to check out Bloody Nux. I think he's on Twitter. I think he's on Twitch. Check him out everywhere where he's at and on YouTube. All right, peace.